Your mind and your thoughts are so much more powerful than you know. And your thoughts become your body. So because of these things, you can change your body with the power of your mind and the power of your thoughts. Hey you guys, we're gonna get to this video in just a minute, but while I was editing it, I realized that there are two very important things I wanna say before you watch this video. Number one is if you feel triggered by content about changing your body, then please trust your intuition and don't watch this video. And as always, if my content in general just truly doesn't feel right for you, then by all means, you have every right to unfollow me. And number two is that my intent in creating this video is not to say that you should want to change your body, but my most genuine intention with this video is to show you guys scientifically how chronically hating yourself and criticizing your body and chronic negative thoughts are literally scientifically negatively affecting your physical body. I know I can say a million times over that self-love and kindness toward your body are the literal best and most healing things you can do for yourself, but sometimes we just need scientific proof, so that's why I'm giving that to you guys today. So please do keep that in mind as you watch this video. Above all else with this channel, my ultimate goal is to help you treat yourself and your body with the love and the kindness that you deserve, no matter what your body looks like. Can you guys hear her? Hey guys, it's been a while since you guys have seen Oreo. See, look right there. She's like, nope, I'm done. Welcome back, you guys. I hope you're having an amazing day so far. If you are wondering, because I get questions about this sometimes, people will be like, Jessie, it is summer. How are you wearing a hoodie and a beanie? Well, two things. For one, Tennessee actually still does in the summer have a lot of rainy days, and a lot of them actually are cooler. And two, I love air conditioning. I like to be cold, and so we've got both of those things. Wow, let's spill my tea all over myself. I have one of those, I can't think of what it's called, something air conditioning split. It's amazing. So as you may have guessed, we will be talking today about how your thoughts really do become your body. Now this is true whether it is your external appearance or your internal health. But first, really quick, just in case you're new, hi, I'm Jessie Riemann, and I'm a certified eating disorder recovery coach and manifestation coach. And this channel is where you come when you are done with diet culture, you're done with hating your body, and you are serious about taking your life back and truly manifesting your dream life. And because I know you're the kind of person who's ready to make things happen and get your success story, I know you're gonna take the things I teach you here on this channel and, I'm switching this up just a little bit, heal your body and your relationship with food, release your overshoot if that is in fact a goal of yours, manifest all of your desires, and become the healthiest, most confident badass you've ever been in your life. If you are sick and tired of being stuck, and you want my help breaking free from all of your limiting beliefs and anything that's been holding you back from achieving your full recovery success goals or manifesting your desires, then I would absolutely love to help you. Option number one is through private one-on-one Skype recovery coaching. Option number two is if you want something that's very budget friendly and your goal is releasing your overshoot and you want to learn exactly why your body's holding on to overshoot, how to help your body to feel safe enough to release it, and how to build confidence the moment you begin, then this option is perfect for you, and that is my 6-week Conquer Overshoot with Confidence online course. There is also a VIP option of this course that includes 2 private sessions with me if you want the best of both worlds. Or option number 3, I'm so excited to finally announce this, for all of my fellow spiritual, esoteric, loving people, I am now offering one-on-one Skype manifestation coaching. Okay, so links to coaching, courses, and affirmations recordings will all be in the description box below. Grab yourself a nice cup of tea, or maybe a cold beverage if it's hot where you are, or a snack, and let's talk about how your thoughts become your body so that you can use your mind to change your body. Your body is a reflection of your thoughts. So today we're going to talk about 2 things about this. One is the science behind why this is, and 2 is what you can do about it, so that if there are things that you would like to change, whether it is about your internal health or your external appearance, you can change it with the power of your mind. And this doesn't matter if you are a spiritual person who believes in manifestation. This is exactly why we're going to start with the science behind it for all of you who want the literal scientific explanation, because science has been studying this for some time and we have physical proof. So don't worry, I'm going to make all of this make sense. There are thousands of what are called receptors on each and every cell within your body. And each time we feel an emotion, this can be any emotion, anger, sadness, guilt, excitement, you get the idea? Our brain releases proteins called peptides. Now, while we are feeling that emotion, the peptides that are associated with that emotion that we were feeling when that peptide was released then connect to the receptors on our cells and literally change the entire structure of that cell. Cells always divide, so when they do, if a cell has been exposed to a certain emotional peptide more than others, the new cell that's created will have more of the receptor that is associated with the emotion that we felt when those peptides attached to that original cell. So this means that if you are consistently thinking negative thoughts about your body, about your health, about yourself, or what's possible for your future, then you are literally programming your cells to continue to receive the same negative peptides in the future. It also sadly means that you are then decreasing the number of receptors of positive peptides on your cells, also yourselves, which makes your body and your emotions more inclined toward negativity, which means you're gonna keep feeling really awful about yourself. Now wait. There's good news, I promise, because every cell in your body is replaced about every 2 months. So the good news is you can literally reprogram your cells. I know you might be saying, yeah, Jessie, that's all well and good, but how am I supposed to think positive thoughts when what I'm seeing or what I'm feeling is negative? Well, this is where I say to you that much of what you perceive as your reality is actually a construction of your brain. Your brain assigns meaning to the signals that it receives, and how it interprets these signals is based on your subconscious mind. Your subconscious is affected by whatever it's being told by your thoughts over and over and over. And of course, this can be because of what you were taught growing up, what you predominantly think now, how you predominantly feel about yourself, and what you constantly tell yourself is possible for you and your life. So the signals coming into your brain are actually neutral. Nothing to your brain is actually good or bad until the brain attaches certain emotions to it. So here's the really good news. You can consciously choose your thoughts. And by consciously choosing those thoughts, you can also consciously direct and influence your thoughts more toward what you actually want to experience. And therein lies your true power in influencing your reality. To tie this all together, the more consciously you do this, the more you will create new, more positive peptides in your brain that will cause the cells in your body to literally change. And this is exactly how you can create change within your body, externally or internally, with your mind. Now, I want to give you guys a scientific example. So the one I'm going to share with you was done by a Harvard psychologist named Ellen Langer, who decided to do a study of the effects of thoughts of hotel maids. Now, even though the women that were studied as hotel maids spent all day moving their bodies by pushing vacuum cleaners, moving things around, going up and down stairs, bending, 67% of them said that they got no exercise. At the start of 1 month, the psychologist told half the maids that their daily activity met the U.S. Surgeon General's definition of an active lifestyle, and the other half of the maids were not told this information. Both groups continued to do their normal jobs for 1 month. The psychologist's team measured the physical health statistics of all the maids, both at the start of the study and the end of the study. In the beginning of the study, all of the maids' physical health statistics matched their perception of not getting exercise. However, at the end of the month, the group of maids that were told that their daily activity as a maid counted as exercise saw decreases in their weight and their hip to waist ratio, and their blood pressure decreased by 10%. None of the maids changed their routines whatsoever. The only thing that changed was their perception of what they were doing. So what this meant was, because they believed that they were exercising, their bodies responded as if they were. Your reality is really created by you. And as you can see from this video, your brain physically responds to your most predominant thoughts and emotions about what is happening to you. And your most predominant thoughts actually physically change your brain, which physically changes your cells, and that is how your thoughts end up becoming your body, which then reinforces more of the same kind of thinking and the same kinds of emotions, which continues to create the exact same kinds of cells within your body. And that is why you don't end up seeing any changes. Now, the coolest part of all is that your subconscious mind actually doesn't know the difference between something that is happening in your 3D physical reality and something that you imagine in your mind. All your subconscious mind knows is what it's being consistently told over and over about what's happening in your 3D external reality. So what can you do? You have to change what you're programming into your subconscious mind so that your subconscious mind actually perceives that things within your body, internally and externally, or in your life, are actually different, or essentially how you want them to be, so that your brain will create new peptides, which will then literally change the cells in your body in a positive way. So, what are the best ways to reprogram the subconscious mind? Number 1, a daily visualization meditation. This is all about consistently changing your thoughts to reprogram your subconscious mind, right? And as we described, your subconscious doesn't know the difference between something that's actually happening and something that you're imagining in your mind. So if you create a daily practice of visualizing the way you want things to feel and the way you want things to be in your current life, you're going to create changes in your body. This does take consistency, as I keep saying, so I would personally recommend picking a visualization meditation. You can either create this yourself or you can choose one that already exists. If you decide to do any form of one-on-one coaching with me, I have this already created for you. And do this every single day for a minimum of 30 days to really start reprogramming your subconscious mind. Number 2, affirmations, or essentially changing your thoughts to be more of what you actually want to have happen, as if it has already happened for you. And this also means that it is very important for you to consciously stop choosing to think thoughts about what you don't want. Number 3, inner child healing, or some form of that. If you've already been a recovery coaching client of mine, then you will know that I incorporate a ton of techniques for inner child healing. The reason why this can be so helpful is for all of your limiting beliefs that were created in childhood. It is so immensely helpful to go back and heal those parts of you, those inner child parts of you, to meet their needs so that there are no longer the same fears and limiting beliefs that were taught to you as a child that have been holding you back this entire time. So whether you work with me or you do some kind of parts work or shadow work or internal family systems coaching, it can all do absolute wonders for reprogramming your subconscious mind so that you can actually start creating what you want to have happen in and out of your body. Hey guys, editing Jessie again. I wanted to redo number 4 because there are some really important things that I wanted to add here. So number 4 is taking inspired action. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, now after watching this video, you understand that our perception of what we're doing can literally affect our subconscious mind. And once our subconscious mind becomes affected, it then starts to program our cells, which ends up creating changes in our physical body. So that said, it can be really helpful to start taking inspired action toward showing your brain that you are already becoming this version of you that you want to be right now. You cannot create a new version of you as long as you keep doing things the way you've been doing them. And you cannot create a new version of you as long as you keep treating yourself and your body in the same negative way that you always have. Going back to the example of the experiment with the hotel mates, their change in perception alone of their activity levels was creating physical change in their bodies. So that means it's really about what we perceive about what we're doing that helps us become the version of us that we want to become. So I want you to think about this. If you already were the healthiest, most confident version of you, what would you be doing? What would your life be like? How would you be feeling about yourself? And what would be different about what you're doing in your life than what you're doing right now? I want you to go ahead and write those things down. Remember though, it's very, very important that as you are making this list, you don't focus on things that you would not be doing or things that you would not have or illnesses that you would not have or weight that you would not have. Only focus on, again, the healthiest, most confident version of you that you are trying to become. What is that person like? How do they feel about themselves? And what are they able to do now in their life? What are you able, as this version of you, doing and are able to do now? Now, let's talk about some examples. So let's say that I perceive that the healthiest version of me is somebody who is physically active. However, I am in eating disorder recovery, chronic diet recovery right now, and I don't have a whole lot of energy. And I know that the whole goal of recovery is to not go back to pushing my body to extremes. So I might be thinking, well, how am I ever going to become a physically active person until I get healthier and release this overshoot so that I'm able to do those things again? Well, first of all, I'm really glad that you're approaching this from the perspective of not wanting to go backward and push yourself the way that you used to. But if this is something that the healthiest version of you would be doing, maybe right now at the state that you're in, you can't do a whole lot of physical activity, but could you do 5 to 10 minutes of something? And when you're doing those 5 to 10 minutes of something on a daily basis, couldn't it be doing something that you really enjoy doing, like going for a 5 to 10 minute walk out in nature, or having a dance party to your favorite music in your room? Now you might be saying, but Jessie, doing 5 to 10 minutes of something does not really constitute as physical activity. However, I want you to look at it from this perspective. Isn't doing 5 to 10 minutes on a daily basis of something physically active more active than not doing it at all? If your typical routine is to sit down or lay down most of the day and you add that 5 to 10 minutes of physical activity, isn't that you becoming a more physically active version of you? And when you look at it from this perspective, you can look at it like, hey, yeah, I could do that. It is me becoming a more physically active version of me, and it's not pushing myself to extremes, and it's doing something that I actually enjoy and look forward to, and it's not so much that I know that I'm going to get exhausted from doing it. And on top of all of that, it helps me program my brain to believe that, hey, I'm becoming the healthier version of me. And the more you do this, the more it's going to build on itself. You're going to start to feel better. You're going to start to feel better about yourself and what you're doing. You're going to feel like you're able to take action, inspired action, toward the version of you that you want to become, which, as you know from watching this video, is going to program your literal cells to create change in your body. And as that change happens, you're going to have more energy. You're going to be able to do more physical activity should you want to. And then before you know it, you are already becoming the version of you that you want to be, that you thought you wouldn't be able to become until you lost your overshoot weight and got healthier. You're already taking those action steps right now. Here's another example. If the healthiest, most confident version of you would go out in public wearing a dress, or would go to the pool or a beach in a swimsuit, then if you sit back and wait for yourself to become the confident version of you, are you ever going to become that version of you? Because I bet if you're like me, you can remember that even when you may have been smaller than you are right now, when you wore a dress or a swimsuit, you still felt really insecure about yourself. Yes, maybe technically you felt better about yourself than you do right now, but chances are you still focused on your insecurities, didn't you? That's because the programming that was in here was that you were unattractive or too fat or not good enough. So that tells us that just being smaller, just being thinner does not solve the problem. If we truly want to become the healthiest, most confident version of ourselves, then we have to start by taking actions as if we already were the most confident version of ourselves right now. So that means taking small steps like wearing a dress out in public, if that would be the most confident version of you, or challenging yourself to go to the pool or go to the beach wearing a swimsuit. And you can choose to make it one that makes you feel more comfortable than a bikini or a bodycon dress. Absolutely. Reduce as much resistance around this as you possibly can, so that, as we're always talking about on this channel, we're meeting both parts' needs, right? The part of you that wants to become this confident version of you and wants to start being able to do things in your life, but the part of you that's feeling a little scared and insecure and wants to stay safe, right? So we can meet both parts' needs. But remember that you're not going to become, again, this confident version of you unless you're doing whatever you perceive. And it doesn't have to be huge. Like I said, these can be small steps toward this. But as you are taking this action, you are going to show your brain, hey, I am this person. I am becoming this person right now. Your brain goes, oh, we're becoming a different version. I must be confident now because I'm doing the things that I perceive a confident person does. And again, we go back to this over and over. As you keep doing this, you program your cells and you will experience these changes physically in and on your body. Also, this is exactly why dieting and restriction doesn't work, obviously, and understandably so, right? We have resistance to it. It doesn't feel good to our body. We feel restricted, we feel deprived, and we end up feeling depleted when we do it long enough, right? So when we're feeling that way, does that create a positive emotional state? No, it doesn't. So when we are feeling that way, we are literally programming our subconscious mind, which ends up programming our bodies. And that is why no matter how many times you've done diets, even if they've caused you to lose weight, they don't last and they don't feel good in your body, and you don't become the healthiest, most confident version of you in the long term because you are not doing something that feels authentic to you. And once you've made your list, if you need some help workshopping some ideas about how you can start taking small steps to start showing your brain that you're already becoming this version of you right now, please let me know in the comments below, and I'm more than happy to help you do this. I say this all the time, but it's so important to say again, the only reason we want anything that we want is because we believe that we will feel better when we have it. I want to say this and make sure I drive this point home at the end of the video. You cannot change anything in the physical without changing it here first. So I sincerely hope that this video opened your mind and opened your perspective and really helped you see just how important it is to consciously change your thoughts about yourself and your body and your health if you want to be able to physically change anything in or on your body. And since you guys know that I'm a big believer in teaching, practicing self-love and developing self-love, by watching this video, hopefully you will understand why that is so crucial if you want to create any kind of positive changes in your body or in your life. You cannot create positive change from hating yourself. You cannot create positive change by continuing to be cruel to yourself. And if you need help doing this, then I would absolutely love more than anything to help you do this in coaching. I got you. Bye, you guys. Love you so, so, so much.